Well, we'll give it here just a quick minute, see if anyone joins in and how my internet connection is doing. I just recently got internet back. I hope it's getting out. I tell you, first off, you never realize how important internet is until you don't have it. I tell you what, I'm paperless, 100% paperless, other than using little notepads to like take little rough measurements down and things like that, notes when a call comes in, but it gets entered into the computer and that's about it. But my internet's been out and it's been hard trying to figure out where I'm going, what I need to do to attach photos and things to the customer files, because I can't get to it. First time in all my time I've had this much of an issue with a connectivity issue. I don't know if just cell signals are down right now or what, but I hope it's getting out. So if I can, 3 of you in here, if it's getting out to you, if the audio and video is good, if you could give me a quick little thumbs up and give me a in chat heads up on that live chat there. We are leaving Sheridan. I'm way behind where I wanted to be because internet issues. No internet, no data. So hopefully it's getting out. Somebody, yeah, just give me a quick shout in the chat. Yes, it's working. Remember, you can't provide audio. Is my audio out? Is it working? And YouTube's notifying me the audio is not working. Audio is good. Alright. How's it going, Super Roofer? Justin? Mark? Working in Kokomo this morning, working from home. I had stops planned down in Sheridan, so I was working them in, but my phone started ringing this morning. Alright, so if you saw the little thumbnail I did of the yay, we got hell, we got hell. You know, I don't have a problem with filing claims, working with insurance, and I don't have a problem with other people out there doing it too. But if you're a homeowner, just do your due diligence. A lot of those guys can provide a really good service. I'm not knocking them. Hey, Eric, to you too. Shout out to Eric. Probably not in here, but anyway. So I, over my years of doing this, have seen a lot of stuff go wrong, and it just blows me away. People get taken advantage of. But in this, let's just start over from this morning. So my phone rings, and I get this guy from out of state, somewhere in Ohio. So at least 3 hours or further away just to get into Ohio from here. And he's like, hey, yeah, I travel anywhere in the country. I chase storms. I do hail restoration. I need you because you got a good local reputation. Again, I'm not knocking insurance work and door knockers and salesmen, because at the end of the day, I'm a salesman too. Just on a little different scale, I think. But this guy's straight up telling me he needs me because I've got a good reputation and he can do all this shit, and just blowing some serious smoke. And I'm trying to be polite and nice to the guys. Like, no, I got a little bit of a trust issue when it comes to stuff like that. So a few more calls come in, door knockers, people saying, hey, you know, my door's been getting knocked on a lot. They're telling me I had hail. Some of the people were home all day yesterday when this storm came through. By the way, to those that live south of Indianapolis that got hit by the storm, I feel bad for you all. Hopefully everything's okay, no injuries. I just know there's some storms that push through. But here in Sheridan, they're trying to convince these people there's hail damage. They're like, I was home, there's no hail. So whether that hail damage and it's old, I don't know. But like one of these homes I went to, this lady, I walk up, I had an appointment to go. I called a couple days ago. The sign on the door, baby sleeping, do not knock, go away. I was like, okay. Out of respect from I know how it was when I had a little one, we didn't want to be bothered. Don't be knocking on my door, especially if there's a sign. Quickest way to really piss me off. Looks like Brian Barr, I can't see it that well. Shout out. So I didn't knock. When I had an appointment, I was okay to go do what I need to do. So I do what I need to do. But these door knockers, they're like so many of them, just back and forth. I have family down in Westfield in the bad hailstorm they had back in 2018, and my family was there. Another thing, to you salesmen, you people here, if you're in here, a little tip, this really pisses people off. Don't ask for the man of the house. If the missus of the house answers, talk to her. Because that's a real quick way to piss people off too. And then communicate with the other salesmen in your organization too. This is another one. There's nothing more annoying, and I hear it firsthand, with XYZ Hill Chaser Restoration, right? When you have 5 people, 5 salesmen from the same company come by, one after another, just do a little communicating, because that really is a bad image. At least that's what I hear. That's not me saying that. Yes, thank you. Thank you, D. Porter. Florida, correct? If I can remember. I got a bad memory, and there's a lot of people in the chat here. Jackson. Oh, okay, sorry. Do a lot of door knocking yourself. Sorry, I thought that said Jacksonville. I'm trying to focus on driving, not reading. So if it looks like I'm staring through you, it's because I'm looking right past the camera at my road. I want to make it home to my family. Yeah, so I'm not out door knocking. I'm not out beating on doors. I don't need to do that. I've built up a pretty good reputation for my phone just to ring and people just call. Again, I'm not knocking it, because if I could go back and wind my clock back 20 years, area where people can look and see a good review, a good reputable company, a lot of content, a lot of photos and before and after, things like that. And I get people, at least in the past on live chats, people are like, oh no, don't listen to what he says, go straight into sales, you can make more money. So I'm big into business and self-help, finance, things like that. I'm well off. But what I can tell is when you chase the money, it's going to be a lot harder to get. And when you instead think of just providing a good, valuable service, you fix people's problems, whatever it is. I don't care if you clean gutters, wash roofs, do roof installs, I don't care. Money is just a store of value that when 2 parties want to transact, it's a medium exchange. If you're focusing on getting the money, it's going to be hard to get, trust me. If you focus on providing service of value to a customer, the money will come back. So with storm chasing and filing claims with customers and things, yeah, there can be a great value there. But what I see a lot of people doing, running the industry into the muck, is they're going out trying to tell every Tom, Dick, and Harry out there that they've got storm damage and should file a claim. I've seen many claims be sloped out, and then those contractors are MIA, and then you have an upset homeowner that's worried that their shit's gonna leak and don't know what to do. So just a little rant as I enjoy my 35-minute drive home here. Because Kokomo is a small town, as is Sheridan. Nice bouncy, bumpy roads. I'm sorry, it is bouncing all around, guys. Trying to glance at chat here. Is the audio and video good? Again, I had like 2.5, 3 hours of no data. I could not log into my software. I could not see my notes. I could not get anything. Google search, nothing. My phone worked and my text message worked. And my wife said, hey, what's this? Apparently I messaged her a message that made no sense other than I sent it to her about a week ago. So I don't know. Got some phone issues. Got to figure that out. Ooh, it's bouncy. Oh, hey, I got some new toy, people. Check this out. If you are into camera type stuff, this is the Insta360 X3. It was a toss between this or the GoPro 360, and I opted for this based on some reviews, so I'm hoping to get you some better content with this. I also just got some new audio equipment to run the headsets from the Humvee into the camera, so I can start capturing some more of that when I do the veteran give back stuff. I've already started doing that. I just couldn't get audio, but I'm hoping that will kind of work there too, as well as some things coming up with the Humvee. I was thinking of getting one. The X360, it's mind-blowing. I turned it on the other day, charged the battery up, tried to figure out the screen selection process. It's pretty intuitive, fairly intuitive. There's like 4 buttons on the thing. 2 here, 2 over here. And the lenses, unlike the GoPro, are directly above and below each other. So the only area you have is this little 3/4 inch that does not catch, and then that's where you get your artifacts. But it's pretty mind-blowing. I'm running around the backyard with it, do a quick little stitching back together. I haven't experienced the full software of that yet, but I think it's going to be pretty cool. My plan is to try to get that on when I do some repair work and see the difference of how that is kind of off to the side. You can kind of twist the camera around and do some pretty cool stuff. Am I a Colts fan? No. I mean, I'd be a Colts fan just because it's my home state. Purdue because it's the college my wife went to. Funny quick true story. This is between you and us. I didn't know what a first down was until I met my wife. Went to a Purdue game, like 1, 2, 3, first down, bitch. I was like, hey, where do they all stand? Yeah, so not big into sports. I'd much rather use that time to do something good and be on YouTube and learn and study, earn more money, provide more value. I feel like I'm missing a lot here, but driving's kind of important here. If my daughter's on, hey, might be past dinner time, I don't know. She likes to watch stuff while eating. But yeah, just a slight bit annoyed at my data outage today, and a little bit of rant about these salesmen and door knockers. Again, I'm not knocking them. Just try to be well-rounded. Don't ever quit learning. I'm not kidding. I mean, this happens a lot. Shout out to a few of you. I'm not going to name names publicly live on here. But I get stopped about once a week from other roofing contractors that just happen to cross paths with me. Like, Brian. It's like, oh. And they follow me. There's storm restoration companies in my area. You know who you are. Shout out to you. If you're ever looking for a job and it doesn't work out with where you are, give me a shout. Because it really means a lot. Being in the industry for over 21, 22 years now, full-time in roofing. When a roofing contractor goes up to another roofing contractor and says hi, shakes their hand, waves, whatever, carries on a good conversation, I mean, it's better than the alternative where they typically drive down the road, just, you know, they're stealing my bread and butter, they're robbing my kid from my food, and just, God, there's so much work out there. I could be way more busy than I am now, but I honestly have enough. I just want to have more time to spend with my family and my life. That's like the most valuable commodity, and unfortunately, way too many of us don't realize that until it's gone, it's over, it's done. It's not what you make, but what you do with it, what you keep at the end of it. This is just a very random, impromptu fireside chat on the way home. They can have 100 times 100 property. Sorry, I'm doing what I can to read these. Brian, thank you for Facebook, guys. Greatly appreciated. Did I talk to you on Facebook, Brian? Sounds like it. You're welcome. If anyone on here or in the future sees this and I have missed some messages, I apologize. It does get hard. I'm not a Facebook fan. I quit using Facebook a while ago. The only reason I still have it is from my family trying to communicate on there. I feel like Facebook has turned into what Craigslist turned into before Facebook got to where it did. You'll know what I mean if you're my age. And if you're on Instagram, Instagram pushes notifications like every night, multiples of, hey, they sent you a message, and they don't come through. I don't know what's up with that. It's not big on my list, so if you're one that's been missed on Instagram, shout out on Facebook to me at Grand Roofing Inc. You'll find me there. Those messages do come through. I just need to have more time to log on and get them. Or right here on YouTube. I try to do my best to reply to the YouTube comments. Anyway, anyone want to chat about something, ask me in chat here. I got my rant over. We're eastbound on 28 right now, heading towards 31, but I'm going to turn north before that, head back home. Is the video pretty good, minus the bouncing around? Oh. Break. I'm not paying attention here. I'm driving, I'm safe, but I need this country road right here. There's a house right over here. I'm not going to show it. It's brand new construction, built like a year ago. They have been fighting and fighting wind blowouts from a terrible shit show of an install. I go by it quite a bit, and I kind of want to like knock on everybody, hey, can I give you a free inspection? I need some more content like that. Unfortunately, those are the worst. And I've actually had a lot of people comment here recently. Brian, is it okay? Is the video, or are you saying the video is okay? They ask why I don't show good installs. Well, a simple answer to that question is, if people have a good install roof, they don't have missing shingles, they don't have leaks, their ceiling's not falling in, it doesn't smell like mold and water, they don't call for service. So, that's the answer to that one. The video is a lot better. I don't know, maybe it's just a cell phone signal tower issue going on down here in the Sheridan area. It's hard for me to see. Something subs. Bouncy country roads. Does it depend on the trade? I'm trying to read that there, D. Hang on, I gotta slow down across these rough tracks. I'll glance at that real quick. As long as there's no train coming. This train track here is a straight shot, both directions, very far, crosses through central Indiana. And they don't mess around. They're hauling ass like 60 miles an hour down this track right here, so you don't want to be in the way of them. And I got a car coming up behind me, so let me pull over and I'll read that. Are in-house workers more productive where you live? In-house? No, hell no. Subs are way more productive here because they know if they don't provide, you find a new one. In-house workers, I'm so glad to have gotten away from them. I don't find the cheapest guys. That's not the way I do it. What I do is I find guys that have got a 13-year reputation working with that do kick-ass work. And I check every job. Job's done, I check it. If I'm not with them, I check every one of them. And if quality slips, that's my reputation. So to answer your question on the in-house guys, went off a cliff about 10 years ago. I don't know what happened. They got rid of skilled trades. Nobody wants to do it. They all want to be earning everything for nothing. They want a cushy IT job making $1 gazillion a year. They want quiet rooms. They want think rooms. They want... I'm going to stop there. I don't want cancel culture to cancel me. And there is a difference between cancel culture and pushing political views. Like the old Bud Light thing. I didn't cancel Bud Light. I never drink their shitty beer. And I don't like their views being pushed on my little ones. So, yeah, big difference there. Back to the whole in-house versus sub. I'm sure there's good guys in-house out there, but it's been getting really hard, far and few. I mean, God, what did I start roofing at? I don't even remember. $8 an hour? Give you an idea how old I am. I just look really damn good for my age. I can totally look like Brad Paisley and who's the NASCAR guy. Some NASCAR guy. I can't think of his name. It'll come to me here in a minute. But most of the time, at least in the past decade, they don't want to, or they're the cream of the crop. They like to shoot themselves in the leg to go get pain pills. And the minute you tell them that they're going to be drug tested, and if they have anything in the system, this whole hospital bill's on you, not work comp. And they heal miraculously. I never understood how the hell they can heal so quick. They pull that nail right out of their thigh, and they're just ready to continue working. I'm not free these back. Top chat, live chat. You started 35 years ago. Ooh, that's... I guess inflation really started taking a hold when I started shortly after you, 22 years ago. And don't ask about the past year. So guys, I'm not even going to get into what I left my previous employer at. It wasn't what I should have deserved, or... Yeah, let's talk about that real quick, because I was actually telling other people this. If you're an employee right now, and you're good, and you really know you're good, and you don't feel like you're earning what you're worth, tell your boss, hey, I'm worth more than this, and if you're not going to, don't be scared to leave him and go after what you deserve. What you know you're worth. Okay, I'm fixing it. Deserves kind of a bad word. Because if not, they're going to pay you just enough to keep you working there. And let me know, I can tell you, I know from experience, I spent 10 years with my previous employer without a pay raise. Oh, you're making a ton of money. No, I can go to fast food and make more than what I'm making right now. So, yeah. By the way, out there, you know who you are. I wave, truly, genuinely want to give you a wave. Thank you. I appreciate the time you let me work for you, but I really appreciate the way things are going now. You don't need to turn away and give me the cold shoulder, because I can only think like so much before I'm just like, you know what, whatever. $3.75. Oof. I remember back when some of my older siblings were baggers at Kroger's here in Kokomo, and that's about what they made. But man, that was a while ago. go to McDonald's. Yeah. And for those people at McDonald's that want to make $50 an hour money for flip. Anyone get any bad storms? Anyone outdoor knocking, hell chasing, beating the sticks, getting her done? So if you are that kind of guy, again, I'm not hating on that. Just a few words of wisdom on trying to look at it differently. It's providing a value and not chasing a dollar. And trying to be well-rounded and never quit learning. And for those that want to brag about being a 20, a 50, $100 million company, because there's way bigger headaches that come with that versus, say, $1 million company with a much higher profit margin. Because as your sales go up and you're doing way more volume, yeah, your sales volume's good, but your overhead costs are going to go up with it. Your risk and liability is going to go up with it. So I'd be way more happy with $1 million sales, which is where I'm at by myself, with a good 20+% profit margin. I'm happy. Versus growing into much bigger level. The sales guys trying to rip you. I see that. I see it. I come in behind some of you. You know who you are. That's really shitty. I hear that quite a bit. I'm not going to name names, but I'll come in and give an estimate like, oh yeah, such and such was just here, and they came back again and told me that if I do it off to the side that he could cross. Yeah, you're using your employers, your company you work for, subcontract, whatever, however it's set up with you guys. You're using their brand and their image and resources to undercut them. That's low. Go out and just build your own brand. I started from nothing. Quit being lazy. Quit ripping people off. That's gonna make some mad. Sorry. Wow, it is bumpy. The roads are getting bad. This time of year, they've already started doing all their chip and seal, which is the ones I hate. Let me switch this around here. You can see my POV view here. You may think I'm speeding. I'm only doing 55 miles an hour. It's just a rough road. Check. Yeah, like 50,000 by late 2024. I can't read that. I can't focus on that. I really hope. I haven't really figured it out yet if I go live on my phone, if I can or can't read the chat back. But if I go live on the laptop, it allows me to read chat. It might be backwards. I don't remember. One way I can't read them back. The other way I can. I hope you get to 50K subs. Oh, subscribers, thank you. Yeah, sorry, it took me a minute. Am I blonde? I know there's a lot of gray coming in, but I think there's blondes in there. No, my screen is just bouncing around. Thank you, I appreciate that. It'd be nice to get to 50,000. I've got a goal actually to hit 100,000. It doesn't need to get any bigger than 100. I just would love to get a little silver play button. It's cool. I never really thought the channel would help as many people as it has. I hope to start covering a little bit different kind of content here. Between you faithful few that are watching. I'm not a millionaire. Well, at least I don't have $1 million in cash, but I'm not far off from it. I'm debt free. I make good money. I enjoy my life. I do what I want when I want. I'm not driving a Lambo, but I sleep good every night. Really damn good. Something about insurance. Hold on a second. I got some kids up here. Well, I guess they're not kids. Adults with a baby and a kid and a dog. Just need to focus where I need to focus. Does typically, too bad I can't read these to me, typically take from the time, hail. I imagine what you're saying as far as how long did the insurance take to get approval. When they're smooth, they're typically a couple weeks. Some of the tornado stuff, we just started getting through those hail claims recently, and that was March. I said that wrong in a video. It was March 31st because I did a live impromptu, not an April Fool's joke. We had a tornado. So some of those took longer There's a claim that I'm not actively working. I handed off to another guy just because it's way more inside stuff than I want to get into. But they're still going back and forth, and that was from back in like January, February, I think. It depends. You know, when it comes to insurance claims, I try to be friends with the insurance adjusters. If you follow the channel and you've been watching me any length of time, you know that I'm not the kind of guy that's going to smear shit at the wall and see if it sticks. If you've got hail damage, storm damage, wind damage, I'll tell you if you do. If it's minor, like, man, like one of these roofs I just left tonight, it's an old roof. It's old. Is it hail? Hail's subjective. That's why people like to fight it and turn it in. But again, I feel like a lot of it's going to catch up to him in the reputation. If I'm an insurance guy and I own the company and I'm providing coverage for these homeowners to cover the roof for a natural disaster, hail, fire, or whatever the case may be, I'll gladly cover it if that's the case. But if somebody's beating the roof in and says, oh, I got hail damage, no. If they're ripping shingles out and say, I have wind damage, no. I don't want to pay it out if it's not just. As a contractor, yeah, I'd love to make money, but again, as I said earlier, I like to sleep at night. It doesn't affect my phone from ringing if we don't have a hailstorm. It doesn't affect people calling me, my sales, if we don't have storms. And I like the feeling of, if we don't have a hailstorm, I'm fine with it. If we don't have a tornado, I'm really fine with that, because I hate going in and fixing up ripped up, destroyed homes. I don't mind a damaged roof, rip it off, the re-rafter, frame and all that. Quit thinking of it as money. I'm telling you, there's a big change in my financial well-being when I quit looking at trading time for a dollar, and when I quit looking at chasing dollars, when I quit worrying about money. I'm not saying it's like that book that went viral, that, what is that called, The Secret, where they project this shit happening. That's not necessarily how it works. Mark McNeil. It's a big one. I was just curious, because around here the skylights blow on. I can't read all that. Something about skylights and blowing off. Has to cover it. I'm sorry. I'm still driving. I'm not going to pull over to read them. If I can read these back, I will, and I'll send you a message. So are you talking about if the glass breaks on the skylight or straight up blows off? If the skylight blew off, there's some issues going on with the skylight or the install of it all. If it's broke, like a tree hit it, then yes, I would cover it. But are you asking, I was just curious because around here, if a skylight blows off in a roof, they send some guy to tape plastic over it and they leave it like that for a year before they were... Oh, you're talking about the insurance. Sorry. Sorry, I apologize on that. I thought you were asking something totally different. I'm not the kind of guy that goes out and has a lot of experience with supplementing and doing all that, but typically there comes a point where I'm like just communicating to the homeowner. Speaking of communicating, I got a story about that happened this morning. We're going to do our best to try to work with the insurance and get everything covered and coordinated and done. But it comes to scheduling and things, and we're pretty much good to get the approval, but then something else might have been missed or popped up. We're just going to document as much as we can and try to turn that in. I know some people use supplementing companies out there. If it's a skylight and things like that, I would hope that all be addressed and approved beforehand. But so this morning, I've got a delivery of 100+ square going out. And I was communicating to my contact point, and it's a board that's in charge of this that's going on. And I knew there was supposed to be some seal coating going on. And I thought I was under the impression that they made it clear that they were not supposed to be doing the seal coating until after the 4th of July. We were going to be doing the roof this week. So our delivery guy's going out, he is pulling in, said, hey, we got a problem, hung up on me. He calls back. they're starting to seal coat this parking lot. We're supposed to start the roof tomorrow. I'm like, that's a bit of a problem. I'm not going to be reliable for this, and we're not going to reschedule this. We already had a price increase waiting to get this all done. So the board members apparently didn't communicate or something. I don't know, but man, the delivery guy's talking about bad communication. It's like, hey, don't be bad at me. I mean, I'm answering my phone call at you. I'm calling you back. I call the guy that I'm talking to. I let him know Friday we held off for the delivery because they didn't want all the cardboard stuff getting wet. We were calling for storms on Sunday, I think it was, yesterday, yeah. So we opted to have it delivered this morning. Everything was set up and fine. Well, then you got other people coming out trying to say, hey, stop, you know. They're putting down the thick oil and sand in the cracks, getting ready to, you know, they're blowing off the whole parking lot. This is going on this morning at sunrise. And, yeah, so I know I didn't drop the ball there. I communicated to my guy that I'm contacting to. The dates were set. Everything was covered. Deliveries were planned. So I think between some of the board members or the other contractor decided, hey, it's a church. We're just going to go do this. Not a good image on somebody on that side. Communication is pretty important, and I try to do my best with it. And I'm human. I'll admit, I've had some bad communication issues before too. Somebody left me a bad review, and I can tell you on that one, if you read their verbiage and what they said on the review, the one bad review I've gotten out of 160-ish or so at one location, like, they made it sound like I hung up on them. And my reply back, they never replied to, which was very prompt. I promptly replied to them. It was probably a year ago. I can't remember exactly word for word, but point being is, like, they did not leave a message. Did you have a problem leaving a voicemail? You know, because my work email, it doesn't get full like my cell phone does. There was no email. There was no missed call message. So if you think I hung up on you, call back again or leave a voicemail. And then you want to blast a bad review and then not reply to my message back to that? Good luck to you. If you see a trend in reviews and you got multiple bad repeating reviews, yeah, probably a bad issue. But on something like that, here's another good one. If you are a homeowner doing research and digging up on a customer or a contractor, look at the reviews. This is really easy to figure out if there's like 20 reviews or less. Look at the names and see if there's a similarity between the last names. I mean, there's a local guy in my hometown, and if you look up their reviews, a lot of them are family with the same last name. That's not a hard one to figure out. Alright. Before I wrap this up here soon, how long have we been? I thought it gives me a counter on here. Uh, 33 minutes. We're getting close. I'm not far from home. Wrap this up here. As soon as I turn this corner here. It's a tight corner with a big ditch. Don't fall in, don't fall in. When a car comes at this particular intersection, there's a drop off where a storm cauldron goes under, and if I have a trailer, I just stop when I wave them to go, but usually make this just a little tight. 33 minutes. How about Kit Coins? Kit Coins, you in the house tonight? No? Appreciate that. I'll watch this back later. If the chat comes up, I'll read these messages. Again, I apologize if I don't, because sometimes, I mean, maybe you guys try it. Let me know. When the stream ends, when it's available tonight, play it back. And usually, at least streams I attend live, there is a chat and there's a live chat. And even watching it back, if you hit live chat, you can read them as they come in later after the fact. I've not had, pardon me, luck with that every time. And the only thing is I can think of is on my cell phone, it does not do that versus the laptop. So some other things I want to try to do with the new camera gear. I'm hoping to get my nephew filming a little more. I'm actually going to try to pick him up early tomorrow. I got to get the trailer dropped off. We're going to start early. Try to fill up a few trailers and get them dumped tomorrow morning. I believe the GoPro Hero 7 Black that I used to use, that I did a lot of repair work with. I think I can RSTMP or RSTP, whatever that server is, where it's Wi-Fi. And if so, I can go live from the laptop, but then pull the video from this. And then be able to have a little more functionality of switching between camera views while live on the job site versus just the cell phone. Brady, are you watching? Hopefully you're not here watching. You're going to start working with me more doing this kind of stuff. You're not even in here in chat. Alright, well, I'm going to get off here and wrap this up. Appreciate you guys. If you could give it a quick thumbs up. Hopefully little tips on salesman door knocking didn't rub you the wrong way, but genuinely really meant to help. And help me with my little personal goal now, get the silver play button. That'd be kind of cool. Anyway, until next time, safe. We'll see you then, and I'll try to do a little bit of content tomorrow morning. I'm only working until 11:30 tomorrow. Then I'll be done. Possibly a little bit more tomorrow night, and then Wednesday, try to get this big job done in a couple days. All hands on deck. We'll have a lot of manpower, get it all knocked out. So until then, be safe, and we'll see you in the next video.